What's going on, guys? Here with another video. We're going to continue on the video log about my new job. If you have not checked out the last video, go check that out. It will be on my channel, so just go to my channel, go to my videos, and then it'll be right there. So anyways, let's hop right into it with when I first got there. So when I first got there last night, obviously, into today, but my days are like running, like, it's weird because going in at 10:30 and coming out at like 7 a.m. It's different. It's like what's today? Like, it's like Wednesday, something like that. So that's one thing that's messing me up. But also, you can tell I'm getting a little allergies going. My head, the front of my head, hurts a little bit, but it's mainly my nose, as you can hear. So when I first got there, I went to gate 1 again because I've not gotten my badge yet, which means I had to walk that dreadful mile again. It's awful. It's like literally the worst thing ever because like you have to get there and you walk that mile and then you get to your spot and then you work for hours and then you have to walk that mile back. When I first got there, we just walked that mile and then I got to my location, which where I had to start yesterday was the training cage again. So when I got to the training cage, we ran over the sub things, how to build the parts again, which the parts that I'm building in the cage, the training cage, is not what I'm going to be building on the floor. So then I went over and you train on the light system again, which is where you just wave your hand in front of the light, grab the part, put it in the right spot. So it's easy stuff, just repetitive. You get tired of it, you get bored of it, but it's not that bad. So after I got done with that, we took our lunch break because it was about 1 a.m. after that. So we were in there for a good almost 3 hours, 2.5 hours, give or take. Then our supervisor came and they picked us up. So my supervisor was busy because the spot I'm on, we're short people. So what happens is when the supervisor doesn't have enough people there, or he's short people because people quit or whatever, he has to go on the floor and work and do exactly what I'll be doing or somebody else. So since my supervisor didn't come get me, I had to go with my trainer, which is the girl that did my training class. So I got lucky and I ended up getting the trainer that does the classes. I got her to do the training for overall, like, on my position also. So she took me to my break room, which is where I have to log in, like sign in, clock in, whatever. I had to sign a bunch of papers, understanding like that I need to keep my area clean, that I'm on an important A job, and an important A job is like something that's in the car, like life or death, basically, because I'm doing brakes or whatever. So after that, we walked over to where I'll be. And so, just from my break room to the position I'll be making the brakes at, it's about a 15-minute walk. It's not that bad, but it's just like once you're standing on your feet all day and then you have to like walk back and forth, you get really tired. So, anyways, I walked back there, and when I got there, she showed me. So for the first like 5 minutes, she like basically just did it, and I just watched her and everything. And then the next 5 minutes, she showed me how. She like explained it, and then the last 5 minutes, I got hands on. This is what I have to do. It's like a little machine about this big. I'll show you guys this way, and so I have a light system. So I have to turn around and I wave my hand in front of the light. I grab the brake, I put it in there, and when I put it in there, I turn back around, wave my hand in front of these little black pieces. They're about that big. So I grab them, put it on top of the brake. Then I pull the brake out, flip it over. When I flip it over, I turn around, wave my hand in front of the accelerate pedal. Grab it, and it just snaps in there. And then I take 2 screws, put it in there, and I have a drill gun. But before I can drill, I have to like slide this thing down, which magnetizes to the piece. So the drill gun and the machine in front of me are like connected. So like I can't do one part before the other. So I have to slide that down and then bump it up. and once it bumps up, it comes right here. Take the drill gun, drill a drill, and then I push up the pedal, which makes everything split back out. Then I pull it off, flip it over, put a white piece in, and once I do that, I wave my hand in front of the red light, which means I'm done with that one. And I have to write the number on the bottom, that the sequence number, the last 3 digits of the sequence number. Then I just hook it on a rack and slide it down. So it is very repetitive and it is very different. One thing that was really hard, so what happened is I picked up on that part super easy. Like, they said that it normally takes somebody close to an average of 6 to 2 days to master that. And I was doing about 150 of them without messing up, so they said I did really well. My supervisor and my manager came over and just watched me for a while. Basically said that they need to put me on a harder spot because I picked it up so easy. So after that, I also have to do Leafs, which is the new cars here at Nissan. So those first 2 I made were like Maxima and Altima, and then the next one's like a Leaf. It's, instead of putting it in that machine, I have to put it on this little pedestal thing, and it just hooks on there. And I put 2 screws in, flip it around, then I put 2 more screws in, and then I make sure the pedal works. I just mark everything that works on it and make sure I put the screws in. And I just go. That one's a little bit harder, a little bit more work. But, so I just did that. So what happens is I do that for about, so I start out and I do that for about 4 hours. Then I get a 15-minute break. Then I go back for 2 hours, work more, and then I get a 30-minute lunch break, even though it's like 2 a.m. or whatever. Then I do another 2 hours, and it's about 4 something. Then I get a 10-minute break, and then I go back and work my last hour and a half. So it's honestly not that bad. Time flies by super quick. It just sucks because right now, just from doing the motions and everything, something I'm not used to, my shoulder's pretty sore, my feet are sore from being on my feet and walking a whole lot. And then that's basically it. Like, that's all I did yesterday. Now, when I was, something funny that happened was, so there's forklift drivers everywhere, but one dude was like driving around the forklift and he just like stopped in the middle of like the pathway, and this man had like a jacket, and he was just like, he like reached into his jacket and he was like pulled out this donut and was like, and just started eating it, and then he like put it back inside his jacket, I guess because he already took his break or whatever, but he was hungry, so he just like, he was carrying it around with him. But it was so funny to just see this man like pull it out of his shirt, just like eat it and like put it back. So there's like funny things that happen that you just gotta like pay attention. A lot of times, like nobody really talks to each other, so it's just like what you see. So I really got to know my trainer a lot. Like, she said that I was like her son or whatever, because everything about her son was like basically the same as me, because we got to talk for like 5-6 hours. So we really got to know each other. She's a really nice lady. I enjoyed working with her. I hope I get to work with her again tonight. But just as yesterday, like, I didn't notice anybody that was in a grumpy mood, upset, or anything like that. So I had fun tonight. I go back. Or last night I had fun. I go back again tonight, which it's getting a little bit harder because like my nose and my head and everything. I already slept when I got home. I forgot to tell you guys this before I left. So I was walking out and I had to go get my badge, because if I don't get my badge, or if I didn't get my badge yesterday, which is right, let me get it out, which is right here. If I didn't get this yesterday, I would have had to walk that mile to my spot. So I'm glad I stayed and waited for it. But it was awful, because I got in there and there's like 20 people and they were like all cussing like, hey, I want to go home. Like, we've all been there all night, so it's like everybody was grumpy and everything. But what ended up happening is the security girl that was inside making the badges, she called for other security guards to come in there because it was getting a little rowdy. So he came in there, he just started yelling at us. He's like, I'll send you guys home. Good luck trying to get to your jobs tomorrow. If you guys don't be quiet, you guys need to listen, focus up, like, just stay calm. It's going to take a while. So I ended up being like the last one to get my badge because I wasn't trying to get upset or like yell at them for not doing their job or whatever else. But it took me an hour and a half to get my badge after I got off work. So I got off work around 6:45, and I did not I did not leave until about 8:30. It was awful, but it's just something that you have to do when you first start a job. You have to get everything that you need. So I understood that I just needed to be patient. So after that, I just drove home, and I literally came home and knocked out in my bed until about 3. And I was supposed to be somewhere at 2:45, but it was all good. I went over to the kids center at 3 and hung out with the kids, and then came back home, and then I went to Chick-fil-A with my roommate. And now I'm back home, so I don't know where my phone's at. It's about, I want to say it's about 6:30, somewhere in there, so I'll have to go back to work in about 4 hours. So yeah, that's the video log today. If you have not watched the first one, please go watch that one. It'll make more sense. So besides that, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoy this, thumbs up. And hopefully I got more to tell you guys tomorrow because I'll probably start a new position tonight. So I'll see you guys then. See you guys.